Good evening, everybody. Let's get season 23 started live from the SFL convention in South Shore Harbor Resort as the Chicago Warriors take on the Florida Storm. I'm Mike Daggs alongside Gerald Smith. Gerald, we've got a great game coming up tonight. The Chicago Warriors, the Florida Storm, in front of a live crowd here at the convention. All sorts of excitement to look forward to tonight.
Yeah, look, and we got the brand new Chicago Warriors, new brand and everything else. They look good. Like I mentioned earlier on the show, that I can't call them the bomb, Chicago bomb.
You can't call them the bomb pop.
Now they're not the bomb pop.
Honestly, Florida's got more bomb pop colors now than Chicago.
Ain't that true? But here we are, like the defending champs get to come in, get their first game at home and be able to take on, a new team in the league who is trying to make, not really a new team, but at least a rebranding from over in Seattle. Chicago Warriors and getting themselves into the situation that can start their title.
Well, here we are at the tie where the game will take place. And, we've talked about some rebranding for everybody that watched the Matt Wilson Weekly Kickoff Show. We talked about rebranding from some teams. We've got the Seattle Nemesis, now is the Chicago Warriors. But speaking of rebranding, listen to this new theme music. Even the league doing a little bit of retooling over the offseason.
Yeah, I like it. And we got to hear a lot of it here at the convention, right, while we were gearing up for our show and everything else. Really, really good sound, new soundtrack for the league, and I think it's actually going to change a lot of stuff and how you feel about the league to get excited for it.
Absolutely. And, we've got the opportunity once again to call a game in front of a live audience here at the convention. And because we have a live audience, we're going to let you all see the live audience. We've got a fan cam that we'll be able to put up on the screen throughout the game. And we've also got even a broadcaster cam, so you'll be able to see the broadcasters calling the game as well.
It's all about me.
Yeah, we're going to suck our stomachs in and get this game going. How's it all going to turn out? There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. Chicago will start with the ball first. Florida has the ball teed up, ready to go. Ethan Sneed gets the season underway here in Florida. Ball returned about 1 yard deep in the end zone, up past the 25, breaking through, getting up to the 36-yard line. That is where Chicago will start with the ball. Quarterback Ty Patak coming out onto the field, 3 seasons in the league, all of which have been with this franchise. One-time All-Star player back in season 21. He was even the offensive rookie of the season that season. Great season last time around. 216 completions on 385 attempts. Both of those are top 5, Gerald. Top 10 in the league in yards, 2,732. 3 wide receiver look to get things going, and they will hand this one off. 1 yard gain on the play, and second down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, and what they did, they tried to, here they don't have Baloo Scott anymore, and what they do have, they have J.W. Doyle back there to actually take the reins now, and they got them 1 yard.
Attack under center once again. And second down. Throw, swing route down to the bottom, a nice gain. Picks up 5, third down and 4 coming up. Ty Patak is the quarterback. Norman Gus and J.W. Doyle are the halfbacks. Dean Jackson at fullback. Kyle Finnemore, Ryan Arlovsky, Buchanan Simons, and John Fullerton are the wide receivers. Paulie Truth is the tight end. Maddie Mack, Kobe Beef, Jess Fullerton, Galarza, and Sean Sullivan on the offensive line. Patak on third down. We've seen him run a lot. This time throws it deep down the field, overthrows his target. And they will have to punt a 3-and-out to get the season started.
And the way Ty Patak was holding the ball, I actually thought he was going to finish rolling out and take off running because he's no stranger to running down the field. But very, very good first series for Florida here defensively.
Matt Turk to punt for the Warriors. Low snap. Punt comes down at about the 24, and 24 levels them. There's Bobby Tarantino on the return to the 26-yard line. That's where we'll get our first look at the Florida offense this evening. Ron Cochran, the Hall of Famer. This guy has seen it all, done it all. He's won championships, 15 seasons in the league, 6-time All-Star. He was in the All-Star game last season. He was the Offensive Player of the Season back in season 11. What hasn't he done yet?
Nothing. He's done it all.
He's even got a completion on season 23, the first quarterback to throw a completion this season. To who else? Ron Haynes. Ron and I talked in the Matt Wilson Weekly Kickoff Show about the way to win a game is to throw it to the tight end, and Florida off to a great start.
And he did, and he showboated. He one-handed it.
Oh, yeah. That's how he rolls. That's how I was catching those Twinkies, too.
It sure was.
It worked out well. First run for Florida goes to Chris Comisac, the fullback. Gains a couple yards up the right side. 3rd down and 2. Ron Cochran is the quarterback. Bullet Baletsky is the halfback. Chris Comisac, you just saw him. He's the fullback. Wide receivers, Stephen Bush, Caleb Giffis, Art Vandelay, and Bobby Tarantino. Ron Haynes is the tight end along with Nate LeMay. 3rd down and 2. Quick throw up to the top. Comisac gets the first down, steps out of bounds, moves the chains for the Storm. Randy Fatt the third, Joseph Wade, and Greg McDonaldson on the offensive line for Florida. First down of the ballgame.
And I actually thought that was a very, very good play call right there because you get the big bodies in the back right there, and instead of running it up the middle on 3rd and short, they actually dumped it out to Comisac and made it pick up the first down.
First down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Ron Haynes on camera duty today at the convention, not on our stats team. Pressure on its way. Oh, nice screen pass. First look at Bullet Baletsky of season 23, and his first catch is another Florida first down.
And that was perfectly timed by Ron Cochran and the offense. They just let the guys go back in there on Chicago. Thought they may have gotten a sack right there, but Baletsky stood in the flats right there and actually followed his blockers.
First down and 10 for the Storm, just past midfield. 4 down linemen for the Warriors. Ball is handed off. 2-yard gain. Going with Art Vandelay in the backfield.
Well, he was one of the keys to their championship game doing in there. They put him in the backfield, and he was the X factor in that game.
He was the X factor.
Got him a carry in this game.
An amazing championship game. Kenton Classics against the Florida Storm. Florida obviously getting that win. 2nd season in a row. Their 5th championship victory. Ball is handed off. Comisac gets the carry again. Another nice gain. 3rd down and 3.
And they're actually putting themselves, they're staying ahead of the chains right now, right? 3rd and 3. It's very, very manageable, and they're going to have to watch and see if they get a similar play, that they actually had on last 3rd down. So Chicago needs to watch the flats and stay home. Don't rush the quarterback if you actually see it. Keep an eye on the running back here.
I say keep an eye on Ron Haynes. Motion down to the bottom. And play action throws over the middle. We were both wrong, but still hashtag throw to the tight end. Nate LeMay gets his first catch of the season. And that one goes for another Florida first down. LeMay only had 1 catch last season for 3 yards, so he's already matched his season total.
I think he's exceeded his yards total.
Yeah. Oh, yes, he did exceed the 3 yards. So Ron Haynes, a greedy tight end, getting all the catches except for the one for the Storm last season. Brought down for no gain on the play. Ron looking at me right now, judging me.
Well, he does. You don't become fabulous by letting somebody else get in the limelight.
It's true. 2nd down and 10 from the 34.2. 2 wide receiver set. Cochran to throw. Has time over the middle, and that one's complete. Stephen Bush with the catch. Another Florida first down. They're moving the ball very methodically.
Yeah, and they're almost doing it kind of at will right now. And you can see what Chicago's trying to do. They're actually bringing extra guys in there, bringing in extra bodies to try and get pressure on Ron Cochran. They're just, that offensive line of Florida is picking up all the blitzes that they're actually, throwing at him. So he's still having the time. The offensive line is doing an excellent job on this drive. 750
yards for Bush last season, 2nd on the team. Ball is handed off once again to Vandelay. He'll pick up 5. 2nd down and 5 for the Storm.
Yeah, and here's Vanderlei getting 5 yards on first down, getting right on the edge, of getting inside the 10-yard line.
Knocking on the door of the end zone. 2nd and 5 from the 11. Handed off to Komisak once again, and for the 800th time on this drive, 3rd down and short.
3rd down and short, and they've converted every one up until now. And now, I mean, they've got Chicago kind of, you would think on this 3rd and short, kind of guessing on what they're going to do here. They dumped it off one time. They threw a pass to the tight end that kind of leaked out right over the middle of the field. So we'll see what they're going to do here.
High formation. We're going to go with Komisak. Can he get there? No, he is stopped. Brought down on the play.
And what they did on that was a 3rd down that they have, and instead of throwing it, they threw on every other 3rd down, picked it up. They decided to run it, and Chicago is ready for it now. Florida's got a field goal attempt.
Bend but don't break. Field goal is up. Field goal is good. Hooks back into the left, and Florida puts the first points of the season on the board. 13 plays, 68 yards, resulting in a field goal by Ethan Sneed.
And the way that Florida had that drive right there, I don't think Chicago can allow them to have that type of drive again in terms of 13 plays and chewing up about 5.5 minutes of game clock, because Chicago is actually going to have to utilize every possession if they can't stop Florida.
Chicago will get their 2nd attempt on offense. The return goes up to the 29-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Chicago. We've got a super chat, Gerald, and I'm going to try to do it justice.
You won't be able to.
I'm going to try. $3 super chat from Cliff Allen for who here in the crowd was here last season at the convention. Make some noise. All right, so yeah, special teams. It's the best I can do. That was something, Mickey. Oh, the pass is knocked right out of his hands. Great defensive play by Daniel Wright. 2nd down and 10. And Gerald, to your point, you talked about how Chicago really can't afford to have another drive like they did against Florida, allowing that much time to come off the clock. Chicago also has to get something going themselves. 2nd and 10 here. They don't have a 1st down yet in the game. Only their 2nd drive. Attack to throw. Complete, no, broken up. Trying to climb the ladder, but the pass is broken up. Ryan Orlovsky, the intended target.
Yeah, and they actually had a drop by Paulie Truth as well in the previous play, and then Ryan Orlovsky dropped it too after getting the balls in their hands. You have to help out your quarterback in that way and actually bring those balls in. And now this is one thing right here. They haven't had much of a run game so far. This is their 2nd drive, so we're going to find out how much of a loss Bellew Scott was when she retired.
Simons in motion into the slot at the bottom. Attack to throw. Pressure on its way. Deep down the right side. That one's caught! And off to the races. John Fullerton into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago! And they take the lead on their 2nd drive.
And what do they do on 3rd and long? They go back, give Type Attack just enough time to throw a bomb to John Fullerton, and he goes up and actually... Moss is kind of the defender right there and actually just takes it in.
Yeah, Evan Carroll going up trying to get the interception. Missed, and Fullerton capitalizes all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Chicago, their 1st lead of the season.
And what a way to do it on the 3rd play of that actual drive right there. 3rd and long. They feel like they have nothing to do, and they decide to go for it.
Extra point is up and good. Chicago out in front, 7-3. 2:56 to go in the 1st quarter here from the SFL convention in League City, Texas. Christian Ronald Suey has the ball teed up, ready to kick it back to the Storm. Short kick, that one only going to the 10-yard line. Returned up the middle, up to the 33. Ron Cochran will lead the offense back out onto the field for drive number 2. Very methodical drive, Gerald. They converted many 3rd downs. It's hard without Ron Haynes telling us exactly what happened. The stats, I feel lost and alone.
It's like you don't know what to do with your hand right now. We're usually clicking buttons and everything.
I have no mouse. I'm lost. Anyway, but a methodical drive converted a bunch of third downs, but couldn't quite find the end zone. Had to settle for a field goal. See what they do on this drive, starting from their own 33. Cochran dumps it down once again, this time to Beletsky, only able to pick up a couple yards. Second down and 8.
It seems like only a 15-year veteran quarterback can literally drop back a step or two and just stand up there amid a bunch of chaos and find somebody to throw the ball to. He didn't pick up a whole lot of yards, but was able to get it out. He sat back there really calm.
From the 35, Cochran wide open up top. Stephen Bush gets the catch, gets the first down. Florida picking up right where they left off, moving the chains.
Yeah, and they actually had somebody coming right off the edge at Ron Cochran right there. But he's able to get the ball out on that stop route. But Stephen Bush and be able to pick up the first down.
First down and 10. Split backs in the backfield. 2 wide receiver look for the Storm. Cochran to throw, rolls out left. He's going to take off with it. Slides down after a gain of 6, trying to do his best Ty Patek impersonation.
I was about to say the same thing. What he didn't find him be open, but that's what, like, you know, MVP, 6-time All-Star quarterback does, 5-time champion quarterbacks do. Stuff like that. When you don't have nobody open and you got room to run, you run.
Ball is handed off. Chris Komisak trying to get the first down. Gets a 3rd and inches. Another 3rd and short coming up for Florida. On the defensive line, Connor O'Shaughnessy, Darko Young, P. Fudor, and Sean Parent. Matthias Citrion, Sabo Kanan, and Aaron Gooden are the linebackers. K. Magic, Derek Majors, and Ricky Robinson the corners. Alex Bond, Doug Day, and Nate Hall are the secondary. First down picked up by Komisak, and once again they'll keep the chains moving.
And they're staying ahead of it, right? And they're not doing it in any kind of a flashy way. Going there, using, actually giving what the defense, actually taking what the defense is giving them right there. So, and they're actually doing well.
Hand off to Beletsky. Picks up another 2 inside the final minute here in the first quarter. They've got a good mix of the run and the pass going. They're like you said, they're taking what the defense is giving them. If they think they can pick up a couple on the ground, they'll take it.
And they're actually looking like, and I keep saying a vintage Florida, right? Back when they were the last storm, what they're doing, they're actually doing a very good mix of pass and run.
Cochran over the middle, splits right between a couple of defenders, and finds Art Vandelay for another first down. Run, pass, they're doing it however they want.
Yeah, and they've actually had no negative plays at all on either of their drives, and they're being extremely efficient with the football in their possession right now. And this is shaping up to be like another long drive as we go into the second quarter.
Threw it right by the arm of Nate Hall. 1 quarter down, still 3 to go in the opening game of season 23. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. And, live here at the convention. Let's make some noise. There's that weird kazoo again. You never know what's going to happen in a live show. I'm Mike Dykes. He's Gerald Smith. Cameron Irvine pushing the buttons for us.
They have a lot of people in the box. 8 in the box right here.
They do indeed. Let's see what Cochran does. He's throw deep. Took advantage of that one. You saw that. Art Vandelay just runs straight down the seam past all the players that were stacked in the box.
And the recognition that it is right there, right? They're actually recognizing it at the line where they're stacking the box. And those linebackers just don't have enough time to get deep because they're getting the ball out so quick.
First down and 10 from the 14. Now this is about where their drive fizzled out last time. Ron Haynes in motion. Cochran to throw. Gets it down quick to Beletsky. Breaks one tackle. Can't break the second. Brought down for a loss, Matthias Citrion getting the TFL.
And he's actually, look, and that's what they needed to start pushing him back. It's kind of unfortunate for Chicago that they actually, allowing him to get down this far before they actually start getting them to any negative yards.
2nd and 11, Cochran to throw, gets it over the middle. Art Vandelay sets him up with a first down and goal.
Just when you think you get Florida in a situation where you might have the upper hand, they do that. And it's the quickness with what they run in the route to the wide receivers and how quick Cochran has been getting the ball out is why they are the 5-time champion and 2-time in a row defending champions coming into the season.
I formation. I hear Colin Northrup. Ball is handed off into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. Chris Komisak punches it through the middle, and Florida retakes the lead.
Another long drive ending in success for Florida, which is points. Points is success. And what they do, they to get there, they actually get inside the end zone on this drive right here and get themselves back in the lead.
Gerald, how many people do you think are in the room here? I didn't ask the crowd, but
I think 69.
All right. Extra point is up and good. All right, so there's about 70 people in the room here. You children, and over 100 watching on YouTube right now. We've got close to 200 people. Cam pushing the buttons and refilling my water. Our producer, our commissioner, he does it all.
Oh, he's multifaceted and a beautiful man, might I say.
We can tell you in person how pretty your hair is. Oh, he's blushing. Is there a cam? We got the crowd cam. We've got the broadcaster cam. Oh, here we go. Cam coming up on the crowd cam. There he is. There he is. Those beautiful locks of hair. Anyway, we get so sidetracked. There's a game going on. Ty Patek back to pass. Dumps it down. Oh, nice first down pickup there. Ryan Arlovsky gets the catch, scooping it off the turf. First down and 10 for Chicago.
That's actually a very, very good catch, and he actually stood there and actually turned it up. He didn't just take his momentum, was, kind of trying to take him out of bounds, but he's able to plant the foot, turn up, and pick up a first down. That has got to be outside of that touchdown pass. They have one of their better plays on offense so far.
J.W. Doyle in the backfield on first down. Gets the carry. Doyle hit behind the line, able to surge forward and at least pick up a couple. Had 94 carries for 325 yards last season. Punched it into the end zone a couple of times. They're going to be looking at him to get a lot of production this season for him.
Yeah, and J.W. Doyle, a lot of people might not know, he's actually used to be the champion winning fullback for this same Florida squad.
Absolutely. Pitch down to the bottom. Norman Gus gets a first down.
The undrafted free agent coming in there and actually getting a carry and actually making very, very good blocking by his teammates on the outside, being able to, propel him to get that first down. Very good run. Very first run by Gus is for a first down.
There you go. Gus gets it.
Gets it.
First down.
All right.
Patek hands it off. Doyle once again picking up 3. Let's take a look at the Florida Storm defense. Deontay Stoneville, Alessandro Tomaello, Pete Mitchell, and Dallas Knowles on the defensive line. Ryan Tobin, Jesus Smith, and Juan Mississippi at linebacker. Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, Adam Jones are the corners. Daniel Wright, Andrew Francis, and J.J. Bailey are the safeties. Hit in the backfield and tackled at the line of scrimmage. Gus. No gain. I'll stop.
Twice.
I'll stop.
Yeah. So Florida has some of the best run-stopping defensive backs the SFL has. They did it last season. Looks like they're actually, with that run stop right there, they're actually doing the same thing this season.
Trips down at the bottom. Patek goes that direction, catches the ball, steps out of bounds, and loses a yard. And a discussion on the sideline now. Patek looking at his hand. What happens?
Well, I don't know. I think John Fullerton's like, I scored my touchdown in the other direction. That's when it's supposed to go. He realized that's the wrong way and turned around to go the other way. But unfortunate enough for them, here they are punting it.
Punt is away. Florida will get another crack at it. Currently up 10-7. You know, Gerald, when you're at the SFL convention, a lot of weird things take place sometimes. There's some weird kazoo out there somewhere, and there's these little ducks. I don't know why, but there's little miniature ducks everywhere. There was one on the microphone. There's like 8,000 over in front of Mike Hall. I don't know if are they your ducks? They're not Mike's ducks. See, weird things. It could swim in my water, but then I drink it and choke. That'd be awkward. Cochran to throw on first down, right over the middle to Ron Haynes. Huge pickup. Just like that, a quick first down.
Very, very quick first down, and it gets them close to the midfield already, and they did it really, really quick, right? I don't think Cochran is actually holding the ball for no more than 2 to 3 seconds in his hand after the ball is snapped. So it's getting out really, really quick, and that's actually stuff that actually had Florida doing the good things that they have done in the past when they were winning championships, which they currently are.
23-yard pickup by Haynes. Had 562 yards on 45 receptions last season. Comisac gets the handoff, met at the line, rolls over the defender, and picks up 5. Second down and 5 for the Storm as we reach the midway point of quarter number 2.
And just when you thought Chicago was going to stop him right there at the line of scrimmage, Comisac uses a strength and power to be able to overpower the defender and pick up 5 yards.
High formation on 2nd and 5. They'll hand that one back off. A fresh-looking Bullet Bolesky picks up about 7, gets the first down, keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, and the blocking by this offensive line crew right here is what is actually getting these, passes to be thrown pretty quick. This run game to be able to do as good as it is. The offensive line is doing extremely well.
Cochran to throw on first down, has time and finds his target down the right sideline. Who else? Ron Haynes picks up his 3rd reception and another Florida first down.
And one of the defenders right there has got to get some ups, more ups, because guess what? He almost had his hands on it right there. Almost knocked it down.
He jumps about as well as I do.
Aaron Gooden just couldn't.
I have 2-inch vertical. It's about as high as I can go.
I don't think I've ever seen you jump.
There's a reason.
That might be a no vertical.
There's a reason. Yeah, listen, I'm retired from jumping, running, pretty much anything other than a casual walk.
Casual button push.
Yeah. Pitch down to the bottom, getting it back into the hands of Vandelay. Runs it for, I believe, the 3rd time in this ball game. Picks up 5. 2nd down and 5. Clock stops briefly with just over 4.
I'm going to do math, see if I can remember. I think he's got 12 yards on 3 carries. That's a 4-yard average. If math is mathing.
Not too shabby. We're having to do the maths all by ourselves.
I know.
Comisac picking up yards. Stiff arming people into the turf. Heading towards the end zone and gets there. Touchdown, Storm.
Comisac getting the ball and actually doing it. Only had one man to beat. And he showed him how much of a man he was by taking the defender and pushing him right to the turf as he runs into the end zone. You get another look at it here. See who it was. Oh, poor guy.
Stiff arm straight into the turf. Comisac getting ready to stiff arm another guy as he's walking across the end zone.
Was that Doug Day?
That just got brutally stuffed into the grass. He's claiming no.
I don't know. It looked like that was Doug.
Extra point is up and good. Florida extends their lead 17-7. 6th place, 77-yard drive. Chicago will get another crack at it here. And now they're starting to look up at the scoreboard and sweat a little bit. Down 2 scores.
We still have a whole nother half of football in almost 4 minutes and
sure do.
Left in this half, but they got to do something a lot better on offense than what they've been doing.
Bobby Tarantino with the tackle.
I really think it's going to have to start with them like in the run game because they haven't had a whole lot going in the run game just yet. They've had a lot of pass plays that have been dropped by the receivers so far. And they're coming out in a spread.
We haven't seen Patak use his legs yet, which was a big part of the offense in previous seasons. Well, ask and ye shall receive, Gerald. There's the run game. J.W. Doyle, pickup of a 9.
Well, now that they're down 2 scores, they say, hey, we still have a lot of time, but we can still actually slow the game down a little bit and try and take a little bit of control back on offense and start moving the ball a little bit more effectively.
Florida will get the ball to start the second half, so ask and I shall receive.
Look at him go!
Ty Patak running, sliding, gets almost all the way up to midfield. A designed run by the quarterback picks up huge yards.
When that first started, I got crazy excited because it looked like it was like an option play, and Patak's like, I got this.
Slides for safety, holds on to the ball.
He's probably the most athletic quarterback in the league.
Yeah, tell that to Marcus Dunhill once a season. Doyle runs straight into the waiting arms of the defender. Andrew Francis gets the tackle. No gain on the play. Second down.
And the pursuit of the Florida DBs in the run game like that, right? They actually play the line of scrimmage like no other team does in the league. They attack. They're able to get that play recognition really quick.
Quick pass over the middle. And that's what we saw Florida doing quite a bit of earlier on. Kyle Finnemore gets a quick catch. Patak had the ball for about half a second.
He's able to get it out there, too. Kyle Finnemore, the new addition, coming over from Atlanta. I think this is a big third down right here for Chicago.
5 wide receivers set. Patak under center. Quick drop, quick throw, and incomplete. No flags on the play. It will be a punt.
They threw it too quick.
2 minutes to go here in the opening half of the first game of season 23. Live from the SFL convention, Florida out in front over Chicago 17-7. And Florida's going to get the opportunity to score yet even again here in the first half.
Chicago's got to tighten up the defense because I don't think they can allow Florida to score right here before half and go down 3 scores at half.
Punt rolls into the end zone for a touchback. All 3 timeouts and 1:49 for the 15-season Hall of Fame veteran quarterback to work his way even into just Ethan Snead field goal range.
15-season quarterback, 6-time All-Star, 5-time champion, went to 7 championship games. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Most people can't get to 1.
Well, he
like
doesn't
you.
have any. Oh, wow, thanks. Well, he doesn't have any MVPs. His running back does. Bullet Bolesky, MVP of season 18. Cochran going deep over the middle. Already almost all the way up to midfield. Art Vandelay gets another big catch and a first down. They'll let the clock roll at this point.
And they're just literally picking up where they left off last season with how efficient they're being right now. Mistake-free football as of right now. No interceptions or anything. And now here it is, you got Ron Haynes as the fullback, and you got Art Vandelay in the backfield as well.
Quarterback rating of 117. Vandelay running. Gets the first down, crosses midfield, and first timeout will be called. Florida now at Chicago's 45-yard line.
It's Art Vandelay coming in there, too, getting about 12 yards right here. Getting chunk yardage right here, right as time's winding down in the first half.
Ron Haynes in at fullback. Cochran rolls out right, throws left, and that one's nearly picked off. Was trying to hit Stephen Bush. But a diving defender trying to get to that ball.
I think that was the worst decision Ron Cochran has made all game thus far. Throwing it right there in triple coverage, and was fortunate that it wasn't picked off by Chicago.
Second down and 10. 1:11 to go here in the first half. Three wide receiver look. Rochelle Colston walking by. You never know what's going to happen in the convention. Swing route to Vandelay. 3rd down and 1. Timeout called by Florida, 1 remaining.
And they're just methodically going down the field. It doesn't matter. I mean, they're running a really good, 2-minute offense right here. You can see Art Vandelay's stats right there. Got close to 100 total yards
Vandelay
on the day.
Indeed, getting it done. Ron Cochran getting it done, too. Another pass over the middle to the tight end. Another Florida first down. Fist in the air from Ron Haynes.
And they're just
in field goal range easily now.
Yeah, definitely in field goal range. And they're just Florida looks so relaxed in what they do. It's just everything is just working for them. The run game, the passing game. No panic.
A drop by Duck. Cochran gets it over to Haynes. 2nd down, and I'll get it at halftime. It's fine.
Sounds
2nd
so
down.
weird.
Cochran up top, overthrows his intended target. Clock stopped with 45 seconds. 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, 3rd down and 7, and they're going to get points or a chance at points right here with the field goal. So I don't know, they can do anything here. They can run because they've actually been picking up chunky yardage in the run game, or they can pass, and you never know because they always have a running back in the backfield right there. So they might be able to hand it off.
Cochran shovel pass. And it's going to be a 4th and inches. And Chicago content to let the clock run here. I would have thought they would have wanted one more shot at it. But they don't call a timeout. Field goal try on the field, 31-yarder.
I'm actually surprised Florida isn't taking a chance of actually going for it here.
Yeah. Field goal up right down the middle, and they extend their lead 22-7. I just heard a Sasquatch. He said, "Raw." I don't know what sound do they make. I'm not even. Is that it?
I don't know. Have you met a Sasquatch?
I have. We interviewed one earlier.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Remember the sign language and stuff? It was wild.
But Chicago has such a tough task right now.
They
Being
really
down 2 scores and only had 1 successful drive, and it was really short, a really big long play that they've had. They're gonna have to go back to the locker room here at halftime and figure out, hey, what can we do to actually get our offense kind of going.
14 seconds to go. We'll see what they do with this play. They will hand this one off. Met right at the line. Man, Florida's come to play today. They might have been coming off their 2nd consecutive championship, but they're playing like they've got nothing to lose.
I don't think they've ever stopped playing.
I don't think they have. That'll bring us to the half. 2 quarters down, 2 quarters to go. As we head to halftime here in the opening game of season 23, Florida out in front 20-7 over the Chicago Warriors. I have to keep referencing that, Gerald. I got to look and see the brand so I don't say it wrong. As we take a look at the snapshots of the half, Gerald, your thoughts so far on this ball game?
Well, Florida is looking just like Florida from the past 2 seasons and all their championship runs they have, playing efficient football offensively and defensively and almost doing what they want at will on offense. Now, on the flip side, Chicago is struggling to do most of anything at all offensively because they lost Blue Scott, so their run game isn't whatever else. One of their better runs was actually from their quarterback and type attack and what they had, and the newly gotten an undrafted free agent in Gus. You could say that 2 times.
I did.
So they're going to have to try and utilize that run game a little bit more, maybe slow the game down, everything else, and actually have their defense recognize plays a lot quicker than what they are, because right now they're being too efficient on offense. Florida is versus that Chicago defense.
Chris Komisak, your halftime player of the game, 10 carries, 50 yards for the fullback, helping Florida get it done so far. Florida starts with the ball here in quarter number 3. Return up to the 27-yard line, and Ron Cochran back out onto the field. And Gerald, this is usually where we'd go over the stats from the first half, but Ron's still just wandering around with a camera instead of tracking numbers.
Yeah, and then we'd kind of go over the drive summary like you said and do this. Yeah. All I know is there's a lot of drives and a lot of points put up by Florida.
Right.
I don't think they've
had as many by Chicago.
Well, they punted once.
They did.
Maybe Florida.
No, Florida. No, we haven't seen seen Agrippa yet.
No.
All they do is score.
4 drives, 4 points.
And kick field goals. Well, that's scoring, I guess.
Yeah, that is.
I got my dunk. Someone lost a credit card. See, weird things at the convention.
Look at Art.
Art Vandelay running up the right sideline, picking up big yards.
Art run for about 15 plus right there, been able to get it and break a tackle right there as well. There was a block in the back they missed, but let's not mention that right there.
If there was no flag, it didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen. If only SFL refs had, a second look at the plays, they may make different calls.
2 wide receivers out, down to the bottom. Cochran making a change to the play at the line. 5 on the line for Chicago. They'll hand this one off to Beletsky. Tackled for a loss, brought down in the backfield by Nate Hall, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Nate Hall coming in there and being able to shut down, playing the line of scrimmage really, really well right there. So if they can keep that similar type of aggressiveness on defense in terms of stopping the run, I think they'll put themselves in a better situation defensively.
Cochran deep over the middle, finds his target. Art Vandelay, who else? It's been all Art all day. Gets the first down in Chicago territory once again for the Storm.
It looked like Doug Day had a beat on it, and maybe he thought it was a Twinkie, but somehow realized it wasn't and decided to just let it go through his hands. And right there, he just missed it. And let Art Vandelay catch it. It wasn't a Twinkie. You got to catch those two, Doug.
102 receiving yards for Art Vandelay. Bunch of rushing yards, too. 5 carries.
Another 8 men in the box here.
High formation. Tosses this one down to Beletsky. He'll pick up 7 up the left sideline.
And you see what Chicago is trying to do on defense at times, right? They're trying to run blitz. They're trying to just blitz in general and be able to get to the quarterback. But guess what they're doing? Right as the defenders are getting close, they're finding the proper receiver to throw to and picking up yardage.
Cochran under center. 2nd down. Comisac. I don't think that was Comisac. Avion Kaysen with the carry.
Kaysen getting a run in there right there, trying to get him a little bit of work. We're seeing how they're on the verge of going up 3 scores right now, and Chicago has had no answer whatsoever to stopping the Florida offense.
They don't. The defense is bending quite a bit. We talked about bend but don't break on Florida's opening possession for Chicago's defense because Chicago was able to hold them to a field goal, but since that time, obviously 17 more points piled on, and like you said, knocking on the door of scoring again from about the 15 and a half. They got a fresh set of downs. Ball is handed off to Beletsky, and this is how Florida keeps getting it done. 2, 3, 4 yards at a time, and then once they lull you to sleep in this short run game, bam, over the top to Ron Haynes or Art Vandelay.
Yeah, look, and I think I'm okay with a bend but don't break defense when your offense is scoring. Chicago's offense is not scoring at all. They've had one successful drive, and that was a 3-play, big play drive.
Cochran, right to the end zone, but bounced right off the hands of Derek Majors. I don't think he was quite expecting that.
I don't know. Derek Majors, he's actually one of the better players in the league coming over from Portland. First season here, had an opportunity to pick that off and end this drive, and you just got to catch it with your hands. You let it bounce off his chest.
4 receiver look for the Storm. Here on 3rd down and 8. Snead warming up his leg on the sidelines. Cochran pirouetting in the backfield, rolling out left, throwing towards the end zone, and it is caught for another Florida touchdown, and they extend their lead even further. Bobby Tarantino with the catch.
And Ron Cochran gets just enough protection right there to be able to get himself in a situation where he actually rolls out, extended the play, and allowed Tarantino to separate himself from the defenders for his first touchdown catch.
Yeah, no touchdowns last season in his rookie season. First touchdown catch of his career. He only had 6 catches for 60 yards last season. He's got a couple catches today, one of which into the end zone to extend Florida's lead 27-7, 9 plays, 72 yards, 3:18 off the clock. Gerald, you talked about this after the first drive, about these multi-play drives taking up big chunks of time. That one going a little quicker than Florida's opening possession, but still over 3 minutes gone. Now they're down by 20. Chicago's only score has come off of a big play where it could have even been picked off, but I think Evan Carroll went for the pick and just barely missed, and that's why they were able to score. What can Chicago do to get things turned around?
And now they're to the point to where they're going to have to – this drive right here is going to tell us what we need to know about Chicago and the rest of this game, because if they don't go down there and get some points on this drive right here, I don't think they're going to have what it takes to actually come back, because they have not stopped Florida from putting points on the board on any of their drives.
Doyle takes the carry and goes right back to the line. Juan, Mississippi, laying on the turf. Harish Prasad is still okay, as best as I can tell. Harish is okay. Juan, Mississippi down. We'll see if we see him back in the ball game later. Conventions are a dangerous place for Harish, so I'm concerned as his team plays later on this weekend.
Well, he's actually died a couple of times at the convention.
Yeah.
And miraculously has been resurrected.
Every time. Patak to throw under pressure. Pressure almost got there. Ball almost picked off. Things just look out of sorts for Chicago so far this season.
Yeah, they just don't know what they can do right now, because Florida is playing so well right now on both sides of the ball. And Florida, credit to Florida. I mean, they're forcing Chicago into situations that they're actually uncomfortable with.
4-receiver look on 3rd and 10. Patak rolls out left. Throws over the middle, incomplete. And a quick 3 and out for the Wildcats. See there, I just did it. The Warriors. Sorry. Doug's not looking, so I think I'm okay.
I don't think no one noticed. But that was a catchable ball by Fullerton. Actually slipped through his hands. And to get back in this game, you're going to have to make those contested catches like that.
Fair catch at the 48-yard line.
Look at
Florida up 27-7.
And they've actually had great field position all game long when they've been forcing Chicago to punt, because Chicago has not picked up very many first downs, and they're starting drives like near midfield.
Ron Cochran back on the field for Florida. Quick pass. That one's picked up. No one's going to stop him on his way to the house. Doug Day into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
And this is something that's going to get them right back in the game with that pick six by Doug Day. And what he did, he took my advice when he dropped it or let it go through his hands before. It says, Doug, that's not only Twinkies you catch, you got to catch the football too to help out your team, and he did it right there.
Them's be good learnings that you did there to Doug, because he caught the ball and ran it in to the end zone for the touchdown. Chicago back in it? I mean, that's how you turn things around.
So we have a quarter and a half left, and they're down 2 scores.
Extra point is up and good. Doug Day now with, if I remember correctly, 7 pick sixes on his career. 7. Eddie Gage in the house. I'll stop there. 7 pick sixes. Can you imagine?
That's 7 more than some other people who have none.
I have no pick sixes.
I have a few.
Do you?
Yeah. Because I ain't no chump.
Wow. Shots fired.
I love you, Eddie.
I don't think the feeling's mutual.
No, he's got the death stare on me right now.
Yeah. Well, he's behind Damon's head for me, so I can't see him, so that works out good. I'll just... No, you just stay right there, buddy. I'm using you as a shield. No, Eddie's just small, I guess. I don't know. Ron Haynes doing the tuck and roll. Picks up 4.
And it's another case right here of Chicago applying pressure to Ron Cochran, but he's getting the ball out so quick right before they can get to him, and they're actually finding their targets, and they're actually picking up yards.
Second down and 6. Handoff to Kamisak. Goes for a short gain, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and I actually think this 3rd down could be really, really big for Chicago if they could force a punt or another turnover.
Yeah, big 3rd down here.
They're going to have to watch the middle of the field.
Shovel pass. Tackle made. 4th down, and we'll see Marcus Agrippa for the first time tonight. He'll come out onto the field and punt for Florida.
There it is. They're forcing a punt. And here, I mean, look, if they can go down and get points on the board right here and get a touchdown and close this down to a 1-score game, we'll look at it a little bit differently.
Agrippa trying to get this one back into the deep corner. It'll come down at about the 12. Tackle made at the 15-yard line. So field goal really doesn't do them a lot of good. I mean, they're down 2 touchdowns here.
No.
Still plenty of time, though.
Yeah. They got a quarter and a half left because they scored quick on that pick 6. So, a field goal does get them a little bit closer. Look, we should have a whole another quarter left of this game and almost 5 minutes left in this one.
3 receivers down to the bottom. Patak under center. 5-step drop, quick pass over the middle, and he's tried doing this a few times where he tries to fit that right in there, but well defended by Florida. Their defensive backs are all over these receivers tonight.
Yeah, and I think Chicago's, they're actually going for deeper routes than they probably should, right? You want to pick up some yards, positive yards, get yourself in a rhythm, and that's something they haven't had offensively at all, is a rhythm.
Attack. Buchanan Simon's kicking himself right now. He really needed to catch that. I mean, you said it earlier. You got to help your quarterback out. That's your job, is to catch that ball, and it went right to him.
Yeah, and you expect a lot more from an 11th-season veteran in Buchanan Simons. Him dropping the ball when it was a very, very catchable to get his team a first down and get closer to midfield.
He's got over 560 catches on his career. Missed that one. Patak throws it over the middle. That one's caught. John Fullerton gets the catch. He had that big touchdown earlier on. This time picks up a big first down to keep the drive alive for Chicago.
Yeah. Fullerton actually had a couple of drops early on, right? He's got a touchdown catch, and he's got this one right here. So, moving the ball and inching closer, right? As long as they keep resetting the downs and getting themselves in a, manageable situation to put points on the board.
First down and 10 from the 34. Patak throws over the middle. Pauly Truth, the intended target.
Florida brought so many people on that. I figured they would have to have somebody open, and they threw it to Pauly Truth, let it slip through his hands. There was a guy on him with tight coverage.
The local crowd here calling for some form of laundry to be thrown. So far, none was seen.
I don't think there was any penalty on that previous play.
Doyle with no gain on the play.
And they're in another third and long situation.
Yep.
And now they've converted these every so often, but I think, the guy that they've been able to hit in these situations is John Fullerton. If I'm Florida, I'm actually doubling John Fullerton.
Patak rolls out left, throws wide open up top. Ryan Orlovsky gets the first down for the Warriors.
Very, very well executed play right here. Rolled out to that side, had a couple of stuff going there, but Orlovsky found himself open in a little spot right in front of safety behind the corners and reset it down. So they're finding somewhat of a rhythm. Although it seems to be always on third down. You don't want to depend on that big gain on third and long, though. They need to shorten up those third down distances.
Patak completes his 8th pass of the ball game. That one going to Buchanan Simons, hauls that one in, keep the drive alive, gets another first down. But Patak at about 50% completion percentage right now, but it's definitely not all his fault. We've seen some costly drops and some contested throws that, it could have gone either way, but his receivers really, especially at this point in the game, they got to step up at this point. 5 wide receiver look. Well, I guess 3 receivers and a Doyle.
So Doyle's got his own position.
Throwing it over the middle. That one's nearly picked off. Trying to hit Doyle, I think, on that one. And that one almost went the other way. Daniel Wright with his hands on the ball. 2nd and 10.
I think that was the wrong choice of receivers. There was another receiver in Kyle Fenimore. Looked like he was more toward the center of the field and doing some sort of a post. I think that would have been a better decision to throw it to him because I think he was open.
Attack throws. That one is picked off. Daniel Wright almost had the pick on the last play, Gerald. That time he kept his eyes right on the quarterback, jumps in front of it, gets the interception, and Florida takes over.
Yeah, Daniel Wright led the 2-time All-Star right there, stepping just right in front of Ryan Orlovsky and picked the ball off to end that Chicago drive. And we have to ask. Well, Chicago's got to ask their defense to actually come in here and make another stop and force another punt.
We saw Doug Day get a pick 6 earlier on. See if he can get another. Feverishly watching the screen here at the convention. 1st down and 10 for the Storm from the 28. Pressure on its way, but doesn't even faze Ron Cochran as he casually throws another completion to Art Vandelay. Like the whole team is blitzing, and Cochran's just standing there like nothing's going on. Everything's fine.
Yeah, and they're bringing like close to 6 people at times in there. And they're able to pick it up, and Cochran is having no problem finding an open receiver. 7
receptions for 118 yards for Vandelay, and that's just his receiving numbers. He's got some rushing yards, too, on his 5 carries. Cochran over the top, wide open. Going right back to his favorite target of the night. Vandelay gets another first down, and for everybody here at the convention, this note, nothing to do with the game whatsoever, but last call for the pool bar. 6:45, it's about 35 minutes from now. So if you want anything else from the pool bar, go swim up to it and get it. You got a half hour.
I guess that takes me out of getting anything from the pool bar. Right?
I'll cover for you. Go, hop in. Hand off to Beletsky. He picks up 7.
They're just looking like the well-oiled machine that they've always been, right? Just running right through it, and Chicago just does not have an answer for them.
In Chicago territory again. Komisak gets another first down, and that's been the story of the night, Gerald. They've just been continuing. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts, Matt would say if he was here. They just keep getting these short yardage plays, but it's just enough to get a first down. Komisak with 62 yards on 13 carries. When your fullback is averaging almost 5 yards a carry, that's killer. Cochran just calm and collected as can be. His chaos is just collapsing around him.
And he
Pass is incomplete.
And he had all the time in the world to be able to do it, right? So, and when you have that type of protection, it gives you no worries, anything else. Not only are they getting that type of protection for Ron Cochran in the passing game, but they're also blocking really well for the backs that are running the ball.
2nd and 10 from the 27. Cochran to throw up again. Overthrows his target. He had Ron Haynes wide open, just missed.
Ron Haynes needs a.
Yeah, where's your vertical, Ron?
He needs to work on his jump.
Just casually watches the ball float over his head.
It's too high.
It's fine.
too high.
Yeah, it's too high. I'll get the next one. Trips down to the bottom. Never mind. Giffis moves up into the slot up top. Cochran, good throw, well protected. Oh, almost another pick. Okay, Magic trying to make some magic happen. Could not haul that one in. And we'll see Ethan Sneed on for another field goal. Try to bring Florida up to 30 points. 45-yard attempt from the right hash.
It still keeps them 2-score down with the make right here. I'll bet they need 2 two-point conversions.
Ball hooking back in off the upright.
No
good. Sneed misses the kick.
Wow.
I thought that was going to curve back in, but it didn't quite make it.
I don't know when the last time we've seen Ethan Sneed miss.
It doesn't happen often, but the crowd here's very excited about the doink. Ethan Sneed, all-time 253 makes on 259 attempts, 98% efficiency on over 250 kicks. He's very rare miss.
He's okay, but he's no oldest Boudreaux.
Doyle takes the handoff up the middle for a gain of 3, and obviously Chicago with that play showing that they're still comfortable keeping it to the ground and taking their time. Is it too little, too late? They still have one whole quarter, but they got to pick up the pace, I think.
No, I think they're recognizing they need to utilize every possession, that they need to get down there and get points on every single possession. So they're trying to slow the game down a little bit and try to get the rhythm.
Pitch down to the bottom. Thought he might have some daylight there, but well defended. Norman Gus a little too slow. 3 quarters in the books, 10 minutes remains here in the opening game of season 23. You are watching the Simulation Football League either on YouTube or live from the SFL convention in League City, Texas.
The National Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Chris Curtis finding his way into every broadcast somehow. People accusing Chris of blocking their view and saying they can't see, and Chris rubbing it in, saying, now you know how I feel. Everyone's favorite blind albino.
Sure is.
Fullerton with 96 yards now on 4 catches. First down and 10 for Chicago. Attack. Gets it up to Doyle. Doyle stiff arms a man and says, I want to win a football game. Gets another first down. Gets into Florida territory.
Doyle stiff arming the opponent. Maybe his former teammate Adam Jones just pushing him right down and just keeping on going to get himself about 15, 16 yards and actually get himself closer to the end zone. After that missed field goal, it seemed like they're finding a little bit of confidence in themselves offensively to start moving the ball.
Listen, 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points, and they're in the lead. It can be done. They just got to get things fine-tuned here. Patak hands this one off. 2-yard gain to Gus. Gus
got 2 yards on that.
1 yard for each of the Gusses. These are the dad jokes I come up with on the fly. Ask Jeffrey. He'll tell you all about my dad jokes. You got the dad jokes.
I do got dad jokes.
Pitch to Doyle. Another
again?
stiff arm. He wants to win. They're
Doyle?
saying he's still in. Gets all the way up to the 23. We'll see if anyone challenges and says he stepped out of bounds.
And Doyle's getting himself in a situation. He was like, guys, he said, we need to pick it up. Give me the ball, and we'll win. Looked like he stepped out right there. I don't know if we're going to get a review from the Florida coaching staff.
And we do indeed see a challenge.
Our Vanderlei throws it down with his flower-inspired shirt.
Let's take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your Retroid at GoRetroid.com and get a pretzel delivered to you in the booth by Jeffrey if you'd like. Oh, I got a plate too. I think he stepped out, Gerald. I thought he did
he did.
there. Yeah, I think he gets the first.
But I do still think that he actually, they still pick up the first down minus about 7.
See what the call is. The ruling on the field is indeed overturned. Florida's not charged with the timeout, but I still think that Chicago got the first down.
The Florida flower shirt to the rescue.
Yeah. Can't wait. Looks very nice.
Yeah. So they're actually got themselves in field goal range now, right inside the 30, well within field goal range right here. But I really
do
think
they want the field goal?
No, but if they need, they need points regardless.
Do they need points, or is it 4-down territory already?
I don't think it's 4-down territory yet. The defense has stepped up.
Delayed handoff to Doyle. I thought he gained a yard there, but they'll say he got tackled back at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. 8 minutes, 20 seconds, and counting. Doyle
completely abandoned his lead blockers and decided to take the cutback lane that wasn't really there for a no-yard gain.
Attack to throw as time goes over the middle, has a target, and he finally does him a favor and hauls it in, getting the completion. Ryan Orlovsky with another catch.
Yeah, Orlovsky coming through right over the middle, and they're actually holding on to these balls now that are actually hitting them in the hands, and they'll be able to get it even though the defender is right there. They're able to haul it in, and here they are now inside the red zone, getting themselves in a situation. They're 10 yards in for. It look like if they get to the 1-inch line, they might be able to pick up a first down.
We've seen that blanket coverage from Florida all night so far, but that time goes in Chicago's favor. Patek looking at the end zone, throws up towards the end zone, incomplete. That was a dangerous pass as you had Evan Carroll just waiting to pick that off.
I know, but I don't even think Evan Carroll saw it. It looked like he was playing the wide receiver, and Kyle Fenimore just couldn't come away with it. That would have flipped the game all around if he'd have grabbed that one.
I agree. Patek making a change to the play. He sees something he likes. Patek to throw, pressure on his way in the end zone. No, dropped in the end zone.
He had him beat on that route right there. Kyle Fenimore had it, and he just dropped it right there. It was an easy pitch and catch. Wow.
Not only did Kyle Fenimore drop it, but then he got publicly shamed by the best receiver in league history on camera. He was yelling at him. Anything can happen at the convention. You can make a big play or you can get shamed. He got shamed. 3rd down and 10. See, I think this is 4-down territory, but we'll see what happens on this play. Patek to throw, pressure on its way. Pressure gets home, and it's an incomplete pass, and it's 4th down. So what do they do here, Gerald?
I think they pull out the field goal unit. They're going to kick the field goal right. It's still a 2-point game, but now you just need a touchdown and a field goal right out of it. So here we are.
Mike O'Neill calling for the fake, but it is up and good. And there's that. Chicago cutting in Florida's lead, now trailing by 10.
That was a really good drive of 12 plays. 2 opportunities by, Fenimore to be able to catch the ball. One was literally in his hands, had a step on the defender, and then dropped it as the defender hit him in his legs. That's not the points they wanted to come out of that.
7:24 to go here in the game. Florida now back in possession of the football. They'll start from their own 25-yard line. They got those 27 points quick, but now scoring is kind of slowed down. Momentum, the Rick meter maybe shifting into. There he is. I knew you were here somewhere. You're moving around. You were over there a minute ago. Did you bring the Rick meter? Is there a physical Rick meter? The Rick meter is out back and it's ready to go. So there you go, Gerald. The weekend is complete.
I'm so excited.
I know. I can't wait. Shifting in Chicago's favor, perhaps. We'll see what happens on this next possession. Yeah, Chicago defense really stepping up now as they meet Boletsky right at the line. And only a short pickup, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and I think right here they're going to have to watch because Florida can be unpredictable in terms of when they're going to run and when they're going to pass, right? I know they have a 10-point lead, but Florida's no stranger to just throwing it out there because they've been so efficient in the passing game.
Cochran to throw over the middle, wide open. Oh,
They
but
dropped
broken
it.
up. The Chicago defense serving Florida up with a little taste of their own medicine as they're doing what Florida defense has been doing all game long.
Yeah, and the thing about Chicago was really forcing it right there because they brought a ton of people in to try and pressure Ron Cochran, but didn't pressure him at all. They were just really forcing it that Art Vandelay couldn't hang on to the ball.
Big third down here for the Chicago defense. Big third down for the Florida offense.
And they're doing a lot of damage right down the middle of Chicago's defense.
The middle kind of wide open there, too. Blitz on its way. Shovel pass. Boletsky doesn't get it. Brought down once again. Darko Young with the tackle.
Now I don't understand why in this situation, because you've had such success passing the ball. Why for Florida would you do something really out of character for them to do something like a shovel pass in that situation? I think in the second half, things like that have slowed their offense down.
On back-to-back possessions, we see Marcus Agrippa punt, and immediately the returner gets tackled. Brought down at his own 30-yard line. So 70 yards from the end zone, they're down by 10. So now the field goal definitely comes back in play. If they get in field goal range, they can at least turn it into a one-score game.
Right, like I said, like their defense has been playing pretty well for them, you know, in this, you know, in this second half here. So if they can get down and get a field goal or even a touchdown, right, I think they're getting right back in this thing. And Doyle goes up the middle for 7 right there. And Doyle has actually increased his running ability in the second half. He's actually been a force. It's almost like he's actually, you know, telling the coaches and who are calling the plays, hey, feed me the ball, because he has been extremely successful in doing so this second half. Luke Patak is taking it.
Patak with it. Wow, my voice is going. Patak did something. Look, he ran. There you go. There's the call. There's salt in my throat.
Yeah, I guess.
Don't eat a pretzel while broadcasting.
That's why I don't have no food in the booth with me right now.
I told you there's snacks on demand at the convention. Oh, I got water. It's just not helping. 1 yard pickup by Doyle. 2nd down and 9. Oh, a Twinkie. There we go.
And
That's how you wash the salt away. Doug Day coming in clutch. We'll see if he comes in clutch on the next defensive possession by Chicago.
Well, the good thing here is that Chicago is moving the ball. Maybe not at the pace that they want, but they're actually moving the ball. Their goal is to close this to a one-score game at the end of this drive right here.
5 wide receiver look on 2nd down and 9. Midway through the 4th quarter, Patak throws. Had Simons open. Simons again could not haul it in. 3rd down and 9.
And Patak took a hit on that throw as well. He had somebody right in his face. Threw a decent ball to Buchanan Simons, and he wasn't able to grab it and pull it down. And now it's 3rd and long. Now, at this point right here, I do think that we are in 4-down territory.
Yeah, with not being able to kick a field goal at this point, yes. See what happens here. Patak throwing over the middle. And again, Fullerton had the opportunity to go. So catch that one. He couldn't quite haul it in.
And here we are, right, in a situation where you had a chance to be able to catch a ball to do it. And now this is a decision I'm not in favor of here, right?
Well,
we have 5
let's
minutes
hope it's
left.
not a fake. Turk on the field to punt. And he does indeed punt it away. You know, maybe they're counting on their defense because their defense has been stepping up good these past few possessions. Return up to the 28, and we'll see. 2 possessions in a row, we've seen Florida have to punt this one away. I guess they're hoping that there's still enough time to do it one more time.
Yeah, but they can't do it. It's going to have to be a 3-and-out situation, because if they actually allow Florida to pick up any first downs, what's going to happen is they're actually going to kill a lot more clock, and they just shot themselves in the foot at that point. So they have to be pretty sure that what they're going to do is get them to a 3-and-out situation to get the ball back in a hurry.
1st down and 10 from the 28.
This type of defensive lineman has been killing them all game long. Tight end's been wide open.
5 down linemen. They'll stick to the ground. Still picks up a 4-yard carry for Beletsky. 2nd down and 6.
Here I am thinking that they're going to throw out of that formation, but they just ran it. And maybe that's what Florida's plan is here.
Florida wants to just burn up the clock at this point.
Right, it's just a way to just kind of, burn some clock up and see what they can get in the run game.
Cochran hands this one off to Comisac. 3rd down and 1. So we've seen a couple of 3rd and longs not be able to be converted by Florida, and Chicago got the ball back. But now 3rd and 1. Pretty much all comes down to this with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, and then they're going to have a stacked box right here with all the people in there. They got 8 people in the box again right here, and now they got looks like Beletsky back there. Oh, maybe Comisac.
Cochran under center, hands the ball off. Comisac takes the carry, breaks some tackles, gets the 1st down, and moves the chains for the Storm.
They had 2 opportunities to stop him without getting the 1st down to give themselves a big chance. Now this is going to go down to the 2-minute warning, and they're running out of time. And then once that happens, if they end up getting another 1st down, I think it's just it's game over.
It's lights out. 3 minutes, 20 seconds with the clock rolling. A couple more handoffs to bring us to the 2-minute warning. We'll see if Chicago can try to force some fumbles or do anything. They got to get this ball back somehow, some way. Cochran to Comisac. Comisac fighting. The strength that he has, he just keeps on rolling.
Yeah, he's been the premier back, right? We used to seeing it be Beletsky and everything else do it, but here it is. He's been the guy that's been carrying the run game right now.
Double-digit carries.
Yeah, and he's probably got close to 100 yards, if not 100 yards already, the way he's been running the ball. So, and if I don't know if Florida, not Florida, Chicago should start thinking about calling some timeouts.
Yeah, I mean, they're still down 2 scores. Not only do they have to get the ball back, they've got to score at least 2 times. 2nd down and 5. Play clock down to 2. Comisac getting bottled up in the backfield, tackled at the line of scrimmage.
I'd call timeout.
3rd down and 5. I would too, but it looks like Chicago will let this roll to the 2-minute warning, and then they'll get pretty much 1 shot. They still have all 3 timeouts, so there's still hope, but the hope starts to dwindle here after the 2-minute warning.
It sure does. And look, and the way the 5 yards are and everything else, really what they got going, Comisac has been picking that up and everything else in the run game just from the sheer strength, getting hit in the backfield, breaking a couple of tackles. So, and they're stacking the box. They are prepared for Comisac to run this ball.
Big 3rd down, big moment for Chicago. Can they get the stop? And they do. Tackle right back at the line of scrimmage. They burn their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 remaining for the rest of the game. So Agrippa on to punt once again for the Storm. We'll see what Chicago can do with it. They've got to get down the field in a hurry and maybe try to save some of those timeouts. There's going to be an onside kick at some point in this game if they can score.
And this is where Florida's defensive backs could potentially feast on, like the passing game of Chicago, because last season they were, they intercepted the ball. I think they were either 1 or 2 in interceptions in the league. So, and that's what propelled them to a championship win. And here they are. They're in a situation where, Chicago hasn't had a whole lot of success passing the ball. Now they're forced to do so, and Florida has the secondary to just, to shut it down.
79 yards away from the end zone. Attack. Back to throw. Hit as he throws, and that ball flutters down to the turf. 2nd and 10.
And that guy was in there fast.
Yeah.
Stoneville was in there really fast.
That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, he's been getting hit quite often. Patak is taking some hits today.
4 wide receiver set on 2nd down. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Patak goes over the top. And the story of the ball game for Chicago drops as Buchanan Simons has another one hit him in the hands, and he just can't haul it in. Clock stopped with 1:43. 3rd and 10.
Look, and Stoneville, if anybody wants to watch him here, watch how fast he gets off the ball and how quick he gets around that right tackle, which is causing Patak to throw a ball maybe faster than what he really wants.
Patak rolls away from Stoneville's side, throws over the top, and this time connects with John Fullerton. And against Gerald's wishes, they call their second timeout.
Well, you wanted to hold that right there, at least right there.
I
felt like you had a really good alignment right there with the play versus the defense, and just run it back. And if you get an incomplete pass right there, that's your timeout. Save that when you get closer down
Fullerton with 120 yards and a touchdown on the day. Attack to throw over the middle, one-handed attempt. And that one's broken up. Paulie Truth, second pass that went his direction. No catches on the day.
It was a flying Andrew Francis right there. I thought he had himself a jumping pick. But once again, you saw Deontay Stoneville coming right around the edge and getting, almost untouched. He's so fast off the ball.
3 receivers down to the bottom. Attack goes over the middle. That one well overthrown. Tried to lead his receiver a little too much, and injury as Kobe Beef is down, grazing in the grass.
Well, it's into the game. Maybe he's just like, I don't know if we got it in this guy. I'm just going to go to the locker room a little bit early. And
little well done, the crowd says. Got to have it a nice medium rare, right, Jeffrey? 3rd down and 10. 4 receiver set. Patak to throw over the middle, and it's out of the hands of Arlovsky. 4th and 10, and we'll see him go for it here.
Oh, this is it. This is it right here. I mean, it's just, I won't say it's the game because they have a whole lot of work to do, but it starts with picking up this first down.
Yeah. Pick up the first down, or it's game over. With only 1 timeout left and 1:26 on the clock, Florida can bleed pretty much the whole clock out if they take over on downs here. 3 receivers down to the bottom, 1 to the top. Patak under center. Patak to throw, quick pass. That one's caught. Can he get the first down? He cannot!
Short.
And Florida will take over on downs, and they will win the game.
Fenimore made himself a catch while dropping 2 potential touchdown catches. Makes that one, but he gets himself a yard short of the first down. And, Florida is starting off their, title defense once again with a win in week 1.
Yeah, that's just what they do. I mean, 2 seasons ago we saw them win in week 1, and even last season they started off hosting the Charleston Predators in the first game of season 22. They won that one 23-20, so it was a close one. Chicago started to claw their way back into this one, but just way too many drops and just started off a bit too slow. I mean, they did have that 1 touchdown pass to Fullerton earlier on, and not a broken coverage, but the defender went for the pick and missed, and it left the backfield wide open. But,
right, and their defense did step up in the second half to be able to slow down the Florida offense, but their offense just couldn't match that. They just couldn't move the ball in there. Lots of drops. The running game kind of showed some flashes of something good by giving the ball to Doyle, in the second half, but they just weren't able to overcome the Florida defense.
Ultra important note from the commish. Last call in 10 minutes at the poolside bar. Boos ensue. Boo, Cam, how dare you? Classic Cam, just ruining the fun for everyone. We'll see. Florida punt this one away. Maybe they could let the regulation clock run out, but we'll see what they decide to do. So Florida will go 1-0 on the season. They will next remain here at the I next week. They will host the DC Dragons. For Chicago, they head home for their home opener. Next week, they'll host the Chicago Predators. Both of those games scheduled for Charleston Predators. Both of those games on July 21st. So your final in this one, Florida 27, Chicago 17. Gerald, your final thoughts on this one?
I think Florida just did what Florida does, right, in terms of doing some real efficient football and being able to, take what the defense is giving them and forcing the defense to kind of guess at what they're doing as well. They did it in the run game. They did it in the pass game. And you know what? They actually played really good defense as well. The way that their defensive backs play the run is the best in the league that I've seen in a very long time, and they continued to do that this season as they did last season. So Chicago still has some positive things happening with themselves, and what they need to do, they just need to put it all together.
Plenty of SFL action still to come tonight, starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. That's right, we're going with Central Time, Gerald, because that's where we be. Pittsburgh making their Major League debut at Houston. Brett Solberg and Eddie Gage on the call. And then the game that we've been looking forward to the most, Mexico City at Louisiana with Andy Hamilton and Chris Curtis at 9 p.m. That's going to be a great one. Plenty of action tomorrow as well. Saturday, a slate of 5 games starting at 2 p.m. Central Time, and then 4 more on Sunday. That'll do it for us here from the Eye in Florida, getting season 23 started, and Florida getting the win 27-17. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. For Cameron Irvine, Gerald Smith, Matt Wilson, who's always with me in spirit, Ron Haynes, who didn't do stats today, but he will at some point for us in the season. So shout out to Ron for doing the video as we've been walking around. I'm Mike Dykes. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the convention, and everybody else not at the convention, have a great weekend. We'll see y'all next time.